Apart from managing the teaching learning process, apart from managing research activities, augmenting funding, management of university finance, tapping the resources and networking, collaboration, accounts, accounting procedures, budgeting, fund receipt and expenditure planning, salary, pensions, provident fund, superannuation benefits, resource generation and tapping, as I said, internal resources, purchasing procedure, compliance to the rules of the government while going for the purchasing procedures, investments, audit and related issues for internal, statutory and government audit. All these things needs some knowledge, needs structure system. Therefore, those who are at the helm of affairs in the universities, be it teachers, be it the deans, DSWs, directors, proctors, vice chancellors, everybody has to play certain roles. Therefore, the leadership position that becomes complex because of these reasons. And as I said earlier, the leader not only asks people to follow him, but he has to convince them that we are taking up some new mission and this mission has to be accomplished by a team of people, those who will support to accomplish the mission objectives. Therefore, empowering people, taking them into confidence, building the trust, these are certain important attributes of an academic leader. And the most important part of the entire process is that university is not a small unit, it is a vast unit. And as I said you, managing these diversities of course needs people of merit. Therefore, while going for the recruitment, we must see the merit among people to whom we are recruiting. Are they fit for the job for which we are going to recruit them? Then training and professional development aspects. Teachers earlier in higher education, they were not having any provision for their refresher programs. Now, there are some organizations, some schemes like Human Resource Development Centers, like this Pandit Madan Mohan Malabya National Mission for Teaching and Teachers, and there are several other organizations like NIPA, Association of Indian Universities, even UGC, or maybe a few universities in other schemes. They are also organizing faculty development programs. All these things, they update the knowledge, skill of the people. Then the one of the important dimension of managing the things is to manage the emotional intelligence. Earlier, there was a popular belief that a person of high intellect, if he is a genius, then he will be success in a career or success in managing the things. Gradually, this concept has been changed. After the IQ, it was EQ, emotional quotient. The leader has to be cool, composed and should be able to take decision during the time of stress, during the time of problems and issues, especially allowing other people to air their opinion and collecting their opinion, but taking the decision in an effective manner, so that without disturbing people, without imposing upon them, he can achieve the target objectives. In the whole process, empowering people and trust building and overcoming the trust deficit among the academic people and administrative people, even technical people, is the important task. The leader has to manage trust deficit that creates a vacuum in accomplishing the targets. That is one of the very crucial issue we have to look at when managing such massive organizations like universities. Now, research management and augmenting research resources for our research activities has become one of the paramount concern. The government funding, as the number of institutions are increasing, the government funding is also decreasing proportionately, and there has been a competition between the private public institutions, and earlier only a few institutions were receiving a bit of funding from the alumni. Now, alumni associations, they are playing a big role in supporting their alma mater, in funding them in their developmental activities, and all these things has to be managed by the leader. Apart from that, audit is a very serious issue. Now, we have the internal audit cells in the universities, then the audit by statutory bodies, and you can call it the government audit. We have to justify the funds we have received that has been spent in a justifiable manner in compliance with the government procedures, general financial rules and everything. And apart from that, we need to create corpus funds for investments, and those investments must give some good return to the universities that will help us to take up new activities without financially depending upon any other sources. Then apart from the audit, managing our internal estates, developmental activities, constructions, creating new departments, and moreover all these things are required because we are dealing with the new age institutions. They need model strategies and model management procedures that can help the universities grow, because universities are the growing organisms. And with all these changes coming to the society, we cannot lag behind. If we lag behind, if we do not manage the change in a proper perspective, we do not catch up with the things, we will slip into oblivion. We cannot compete with the institutions globally, we cannot create our own visibility, we cannot make ourselves reach up to the level playing field with the other international organizations, and therefore, leadership is the most important aspects in higher education, and leadership attributes are to be at place to supervise the things. We must get good leaders, effective leaders, dynamic leaders to manage the change, to manage the complex organizations like universities, and then only our institutions will be future ready, and our institutions will also be able to create employment avenues for our products. And we, in the process of this management of the university, management of the change process and everything, we need to create an effective higher education ecosystem, and in that ecosystem the agents of the changes need to continuously interact with each other. For example, in a small way I can explain. Suppose we are getting our raw materials, getting our students from the school and the secondary education level, to whom we are shaping their behavioral aspects, we are fine tuning them at the higher education system. And if we do not have a proper ecosystem, if there is a missing link with the universities, with the school system and other authorities from various sources, as I said earlier, the government, the society, the things, then the ecosystem will be affected, and effective ecosystem cannot be built up. Therefore, leadership is the most important in the whole gamut of activities of the university system. At the end, I would like to just say one thing. The quotation of Lee Kuan, obviously he was a political leader, that may not the force aspects, that forcing your followers to follow you, it may not work in the university system, because the university system is something different, but largely the leadership must play a role of inspiring, empowering and building trust among the followers. Then only a holistic system can develop, then only you can make we can make our universities future ready universities. And finally, at the end, with one of my own saying, I would like to conclude, that is, we are at the stepping stone of the real growth and entrepreneurship. What we will do with it, our leaders will decide. Thank you so much.